Okay, hello guys. Welcome to this model number 7 and the week number 3. I'm going to give some minutes to give you the opportunity to connect or to be present in this class. So just give me a minute to try to share this link. I'm going to be active during the chat. So if you have any questions, just let me know, okay? I'm going to say hello to all people who is active and I'll be checking it by this chat. Okay, so just 1 minute to try to start this class, and I'll be here. Okay, I think it's time. So I'm going to start with this presentation as every week. But first, I want to tell you that I'm so thank you for all the activities you have uploaded to the platform. I'm so happy for you because you've been doing so great. And I just want to tell you one point. There are some students who hasn't delivered the or hasn't shared the link or the recording, the voice recording. So it is very important to know if you had any learning or maybe any problem to be solved and help you. Remember, I won't judge you. I won't do it. I will never do it that. But I need you to do it because I cannot see if you have any advance or any progress. And I just want to tell you that please share your audio or the voice recording link so I can get it. And another hmm, suggestion I want to give you, it's to try to check the link before you send it because when you are in your account, obviously you're gonna have the access to get that link or the audio. But when you are not in that account, you can check how people or how the rest of people is gonna listen or be able to open your files. Okay, so please, before you send it, share and check. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna share the presentation, which is has every week something that it's going to help you. It's an explanation, and we're going to start with this. As I already told you, we're in week number 3. We're almost done, okay? So we're going to work on unit 4. In this case, we're going to say my goals. And these goals are going to be about the future. Obviously, we're going to talk about all the things that we can set for a future. It could be like a near future or a far future, but in both, we're going to use some auxiliaries to make some sentences and structure some paragraphs and things like that. So I'm going to explain that the main purpose of this is to try to help you to be able to structure the student sentences and paragraphs about a future tense, as I already told you, to clarify the difference between will and going to in different forms, and to explain the structure of the modal verb would. We're going to use 3 different words to express future. Achievements. Well, provide oral and written information about personal goals. You're going to be able to ask for information about a partner's plans and enrich your personal life project. That's the main purpose of this session. And we're going to start with the difference between will and going to. So we have will. We use it to talk about uncertain future. So maybe it's not like very sure, or it's not very certain to be possible, okay, or be put action on it. So in this case, will, we just use it to make some plans, but we're not sure we're gonna do it. In this case, I think I will go to Tijuana. I think, yo pienso que yo iré a Tijuana, pero no es seguro. Now we have going to, and it is just when you realize about a plan and you're very sure you're gonna do the things you're saying. For example, next Friday, I'm going to Tijuana. Next Friday, I have a certain day of the week and a destination, obviously. I have my tickets. So that's the key word or the key phrase. En este caso, el siguiente viernes voy a ir a Tijuana. Es más seguro. ¿Por qué? Porque dice I have my tickets. Tengo mis boletos. So that's the main difference. When we use will, the following verb, it's going to have like the ending of bailaré, jugaré, cantaré. And when we use going to, es como si dijéramos voy a. I'm going to explain it in a little bit more time, but in this case, I guess I will study medicine. I guess. Yo supongo I will study medicine. Estudiaré medicina. But it's different when you say, I'm going to study medicine in Mexico City. I passed my entrance exam. Es diferente decir, yo supongo que estudiaré medicina a decir, yo voy a estudiar medicina en México, en la Ciudad de México. Ya pasé mi examen de ingreso. Entonces aquí ya hay una gran diferencia. I will have my own business in the future. Tendré mi propio negocio en el futuro. Maybe it's a dream. Quizás es un sueño. But I'm going to have my own business. Voy a tener mi propio negocio. Es porque posiblemente la persona ya tenga planes o ya tenga una secuencia de todas las acciones que tiene que hacer para llegar a eso. Simple future tense. So we're going to talk about the sentences, how to make sentences or structure them. So first, as I already told you, in Spanish we have to express the person who does the action. So in this case, we're going to explain subject or personal pronoun. In this case, we have an example with personal pronouns. Then we're going to start with them, and then we continue with the auxiliary will. And at the end, we have, well, not at the end, but at the last part, we have the verb. But the verb must be in the base form, because when we use an auxiliary, the meaning or the word, the expression changes to the future. In this case, start is iniciar. So if I add will start is iniciaré. It depends on the personal pronoun, dependiendo del pronombre personal. Si yo digo I will start, estoy diciendo yo iniciaré. She will start, ella iniciará. Y así en ese sentido vamos agregando el significado o conjugando el verbo en futuro. When I want to make some negative form or negative sentences, we're going to express it with personal pronoun or subject, and then we have will not, because we need to add not. With the word not, we structure the negative form. So will not, and then the verb in the same structure, just adding not. We can use want. Want is a contraction, and sometimes it's easier, and most of people actually use it. So if I want to say, I won't start, yo no iniciaré. You can use both. The one you like, it's going to be used for you. So when we want to make some questions, we're going to have the affirmative or positive form as just like an example. And then we're going to exchange the auxiliary and then the personal pronoun, and then after that we have the verb, okay? And obviously we need to add the question mark. Remember, in English, just the question mark at the last part, at the end, not at the beginning. It doesn't exist. Here I have some examples. Mary studies a lot. She will have better opportunities in the future. María estudia mucho. Ella tendrá mejores oportunidades en el futuro. No es algo seguro, no es algo de lo cual podemos estar confiados, por lo tanto utilizamos el will. I want to be an account and I will work in a company. Quiero ser contador y voy a trabajar en una empresa. Quizá. In 5 years, I will run my own business. En 5 años, yo voy a administrar mi propio negocio. In this case, we have some examples of making sentences with the auxiliary will. If we want to talk in a negative form, we would just add not, or instead of will, we're going to be using want. Okay? She won't have better opportunities. I won't work in a company. I won't run my own business. Okay? Then we have the going to. Some people call it like be going to because we use the verb to be as an auxiliary. So in this case, when we want to make some sentences, we're going to include subject or person and pronouns, and then the auxiliary be. But remember, we have to use it depending on the person and pronouns we have. So in this case, I goes with am. I am. We are. She is. Remember that we have the organization of that. And then I just want to clarify something. In this case, be, the verb to be, it's just add by the structure. It's grammatically. We won't translate it, or we won't try to find a meaning for those verbs, right? Because it is a verb to be. So in this case, we just try to omit the meaning, okay? For example, I am, it is written, but when I want to translate it, I'm going to use it I. That's it. Then we add going to. Voy a, o vamos a, van a. It depends on the person and pronoun, as I already told you. After that, we have to add the verb in the base form, okay? And at the end, we can add some complement. I am going to read a book. I am going to read a book. Ok. Yo, omitimos la traducción del verbo ser o estar o el verb to be. Yo, es como si dijera esa parte de subject y be, es como si solamente dijera el pronombre. Yo y going to, voy a. Then we have the verb. Tenemos el verbo leer y complemento, un libro. Okay? It's a little bit like longer, but it's not that hard when we practice it very often. Then we have the negative form, because I already explained it, the positive. Then we have the negative. The negative is made just by adding not after the verb to be. In this case, we have the classification of those. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, they are, we are not. Okay, when we want to do it in negative form. And then continue with going to, then the verb, and after that, the complement. The difference here, when we want to make some questions, it's that we exchange the verb to be and then the person and pronoun or the subject. After that, we can make positive or negative questions. In this case, these questions are affirmative negative because they're going to have some answers like yes or not. But if you want to do it, most of people do it like in a positive way, right? Are you going to meet Jane tonight? ¿Te vas a reunir con Jane hoy por la noche? Or we can do it in a negative. Is he not going to do his homework? No va a hacer la tarea él. Entonces son diferentes las preguntas, pueden ser positivas o negativas. Y here I have an example for you, and it is in platform. Hi, my name is Marisa, and I'm going to be a vet. I'm studying hard at university to become a good vet. I'm going to participate in an exchange program in Brazil, so I need to learn Portuguese. I'm going to take Portuguese lessons on weekends in a language school near home. She has some plans to do something. In this case, she want to go to an exchange to Brazil, but she needs to do something to learn Portuguese. So she's going to take classes or lessons near home. Okay? Ella tiene seguro que quiere irse de intercambio, por lo tanto necesita aprender el idioma portugués y está tomando acciones que son seguras, en donde nos expresa que va a tomar lecciones o clases para aprender ese idioma, lo cual es seguro, por eso utilizamos going to. Then we have would. Would. Would is the past of will, and it is used as an auxiliary verb that modifies another verb. It expresses different functions. In this case, we can use it to talk about something that is possible, true, but not yet. For example, in this case, if I want to talk like, they will get very angry, it would changes the verb. For example, would like, gustaría. We have the verb like, and if we add would before the verb, it changes like ia, bailaría, jugaría, cantaría. It has many different purposes, but this is one of the most used by people. Would like, so in this case, I would like a cup of tea. Me gustaría, okay? Me gustaría. So when we talk about like, es gustar, would, like, gustaría. And the difference is we just add not at the auxiliary, would or wouldn't, would, wouldn't, and then the verb, and the last part is a complement. I would like to drink tea. Me gustaría beber té. I wouldn't like to drink tea. No me gustaría beber té. And when we want to make some questions, we just add the auxiliary first and then the personal pronoun or the subject. So, would you like to drink tea? Would you like? ¿Te gustaría beber té? We have two options to answer. The first one, it says, yes, I would. Sí, si me gustaría. No, I wouldn't. And it depends. You can change it according to the personal pronoun you want to talk about. We have another example. Obviously, we have many verbs, and you can use whatever you want depending on the context. But first, we have the subject or personal pronoun, then the would, and then the verb in a base form. Here I have an example. I work. I'll work. También lo puedo hacer como contracción si solamente le agrego al pronombre I una D. Esa sería la manera de contraerlo. I would work. Yo trabajaría. That's what it says. So you have some formative activities to do. There you have to try to use would, as I already explained to you, and then the verb. In the tense, I already explained you too. You're going to fill that blankets and that. You're going to complete it, okay, in a correct way, depending on the would usage. Then we can use some time expressions. In this case, we're talking about future, so expressions like tomorrow, mañana, tomorrow morning, mañana por la mañana, tomorrow afternoon, mañana por la tarde, tomorrow evening, por la tarde noche. The day after tomorrow, pasado mañana. Next month, el siguiente mes. Next year, el siguiente año. Next month, next week, next Saturday. You can talk about the next time or the more the nearest date to do that activity. And then we have in. Sandy will graduate in a year, en un año, in a week, en una semana, in a month, en un mes, in an hour. incluso en una hora es también futuro, entonces podemos usar esas expresiones. This morning, Trace is going to have a meeting this morning. Tracy va a tener una reunión esta mañana. Maybe it's very early, so we use it like that. And we have on. On we use it when we have a specific date. In this case, Ellen is going to Spain on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Formative activities like this we have to complete using verb to be according to the personal pronoun and then the verb. You know, I already explained it to you, so you're going to use it in the best way. Integrative activities. This is very important for you because you're going to upload the activity number 5, be a positive thinker, which is something like this. This is a chart you have to fill, but in 4 different aspects: personal, emotional, professional, economic. And you have to answer these questions. What would you like to improve in your life? You're going to be using would. I would like to. Me gustaría. And you're going to express whatever you want. What are you planning to do next year? ¿Qué estás planeando para el próximo año? What are you going to achieve in 2 years? In this case, we have the difference. Remember, going to, we use it because you are so sure you're going to do that activity. And will, we use it to express something that maybe will happen, but we are not sure. Okay? So that's the order I already gave you. So after that, you're going to write a paragraph of 5 to 8 lines. And you're going to describe how you will be in 5 years in all the aspects. You can include all the aspects. And then you have to read and record the answers to the questions, just the answers. Don't record the questions. I already know them, but your answers, it's the most important information I want to get. So you're going to paste the audio link here. Remember to do this activity. I already share with you Vocado, which is a recording, online recording. And please, if you don't do it like with your email or with Drive or any other way to do it, you can try to deliver it or upload it or record it in Vocado because it's very useful. Then we have the opening ceremony, which is the integrative activity number 6. Here, you're going to write 3 questions in English to express or to know specific information of the opening. It's suppose you're going to be an organizer, so you're going to get some information about another coworker. And here we have an example. Where will the opening take place? ¿Dónde será la apertura? And then you're going to express 3 questions and then another 3 questions to try to find out what your partner will do before the opening date. This is like more personal, right? What would you wear for the day? Would you rent a tuxedo or something like that? What are you going to do? What are you going to eat that day? You can have more questions like that. Write the answers to the previous questions. Remember to use long answers. If it is like affirmative negative question, you can like do the short answer and then add more information about it. Because if you say, are you going to go by car? And then the person is going to say, yes, I am. And after that, we can include more information. Actually, I'm going to rent a car for that day or something like that. Okay. In this case, I already explained you the yes, no questions. But in this time, I'm going to express the informative questions. So you use them to try to get more information than the one you can get with the other questions. Who ¿Quién? What, qué o cuál. When, cuándo. Where, dónde. Why, por qué. How, cómo. So if you incorporate this kind of words, WH questions, well, WH, please do it before all the structures I already explained you. What would you like to do this Friday? And then we're using would. What will you do on Saturday? And then we're using will. What are you going to do on Friday? And then we're using going to. So you can use all these words for all the structures: would, will, and going to. After that, when you already write the questions, 6 questions with different purpose, 3 for the according to the opening event, and 3 they are personal to your partner, and then the answers. After that, you're gonna write a paragraph from 5 to 8 lines, and you're gonna express how English can help you have better opportunities or jobs. And after that, this is going to be in English, okay? And after that, we have to read and record just the paragraph, not all the information, just the paragraph. And you're going to paste the audio link here. Remember, you can use Vocado at the last. If it is just the last opportunity to do it, if you cannot do it with another one, with an MP3 file and share it with Drive or get the link to share something, please use Vocado. It's like the last resource. Then you have a learning forum, so you have to express the interest, desires, and dreams you have by the time of finishing high school. Okay, what are your plans after this project? You're gonna ask your classmates about what they imagine they'll do after this stage. Obviously, you're gonna be sharing information. You have a social emotional activity, and I'm gonna give some time if you want to express any question. Actually, I'm a chat, and I haven't seen any person who's with this kind of questions or comments. So if you have any questions, just let me know by message or by platform, obviously by mail. We can use many ways to keep in touch, right? And for me, that's it. I hope you like it and you understand all the explanation. I'd like to be useful for you. I'm going to be here active for you anytime. Just let me know any question to clarify it. Have a good night. The same for you. Actually, I'm desiring you the same for you. It's a really pleasure to be helping you, to be your teacher, because it's important to try to improve, right? So, good night. Bye.